Alright, here's the arcade stick with the back off of it. You can see the different components. I have not yet replaced these switches. I'm going to replace the switches in here. You can see I've done a couple buttons so far. You can see the control board. And then these are the actual LEDs that I'm not connecting here. And I might end up taking these wires and removing them if they're not needed. I haven't decided yet. I might leave them. So we're going to take this all off. And then we're going to put this bad boy on there. Nice little kitty hair. Yeah, we're going to take this bad boy and stick it on there. Be pretty cool. And my kitty says, "Hey, what's up?" Okay, you can see that I've actually put some numbers here. I took a Sharpie and wrote numbers on here, so I'm going to remove these one by one and remove the wires from them. I'm going to tape them up and then put that number on these, so I know which one went where, so when I plug everything back in, I know where it goes. There you can see I've put some tape on these. I even put the LED with them and the 2 prongs, and then I'm going to label that as number 8, and then we're going to remove them and do that one by one. So one of the reasons I'm using tape and stuff, so I can actually pull these out of the way and I can tape them against these different things to move them out of the way. Now I can see everything. I got 3, 4, I got 7 and 8 all removed and tagged down there now. I'm going to continue on, and then we're going to remove all the buttons, and we're going to take off the plexiglass and go from there. Alright, I removed the joystick. When you remove this joystick, just make sure that the prongs are facing the correct way when you put it back in. And they are facing towards the buttons here. That's the way it was when I took it out. That's the way I'll put it back in. It was only 4 screws to remove it, and then you have to take the ball top off by using a little flathead to hold that in place, and then you can unscrew that, and it comes right out. If you never used one of these are really great to be able to slide the buttons out. So when the buttons are in place, so you have a button here, and it's locked in like that. These things are great. You can just simply take the device and you just push it down over the button, and then you push the button right through. So it's pretty awesome. These are sold on Focus Attack. That's where I got this one. Now that the buttons are removed, we can take off the plexiglass and the graphic. So let's remove the plexiglass. This is the original plexiglass. And it looks like this is printed right on that plexiglass. So if you're going to buy a custom graphic from like Focus Attack, you're going to need to get a replacement plexiglass. If you don't, I mean, you can reuse this graphic. It'll just be overlaid on top of whatever you put there. But I didn't want this. I wanted a clear one, so I did get a clear one. And let's go ahead and put the graphic on there and pop out the things and put the plexi on it. So there it is. I haven't popped out the center holes yet. Boop, 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 boop. That's so much fun. So yeah, we're going to pop all those bad boys out. We're going to put the plexi on top of it and get it going. So there it is with the plexiglass on it, and we'll screw it down. And I did buy some nice little black screws here instead of the silver ones to kind of make it nice. The kitty wants to check it out. So everything's back in. I haven't plugged in everything yet, but that's okay. Let's just flip it over, take a quick look. There it is. That thing's pretty cool. It doesn't do it justice. Let's not make it so you don't see my white ceiling. It's just the plexiglass is just too darn shiny. But I love it. And it came out really good. I think it looks amazing. What do you think? Well, let's get it all functioning again. Funny story though, real quick, I don't know. My cat was very curious what I was doing, and there's this ribbon cable here that goes to this touch sensitive pad, and she tried to bite it, and I'm worried that she might have pinched the freaking ribbon wire. We're gonna have to wait and see. I also, when I was removing one of these, stripped it, so I'm either gonna solder it straight on, or I'm gonna try to crimp it back onto that. It's going to be more likely that I solder it on there, which I'm just going to make the wire bare, put a little bit of solder on it, off I go, and that'll be good. I mean, heck, half of the stuff you get from Arcade 1-Up is already soldered directly to the thing. I do have a solder pump, so if I need to ever take it off, I can just wick it away real quick and suck it up. But yeah, let's get it back together. So I just want to show you, I'm using some junky $9 soldering iron from Walmart. with the solder it came with. And so I ruined this one down here, and I had to solder the wire onto the peg. I didn't solder it onto the peg. I soldered it onto the like clip that slides onto the peg. I felt like that was easier, and it kind of kept it the way it's supposed to be, and then it isn't permanent, and I can slide it back off or whatever. But yeah, so that's what I ended up doing to sort that one out, because, you know, sometimes I usually pull this plastic sleeve up and then slide the piece of metal off the thing, but that one was just being a pain in the butt, and it just came out. It's gonna happen to you, so, you know, if something like that happens, you can go buy yourself a cheap soldering gun and fix that. Alright, so let's put the back on and see how it looks.